The legacy of the Arbiters. If you want to see more awesome Halo news and entertainment every day, then be sure to subscribe here on HaloFollower. The title Arbiter was the highest possible rank given to an elite by the hierarchs. The Arbiter is the supreme military commander of the Covenant. His rank is equivalent to the Didact for the Foreigners and a 4-star general for the UNSC. The Arbiters served the Covenant for hundreds of years, eliminating any threat that opposed them with an unmatched finality. They brought death to billions to stop the rebellion of the Grunts. They were the ones who forced the Hunters into submission for the Covenant. The only guarantee with this title was the certainty of dying while serving the Prophets. Each Arbiter would sacrifice himself in battle, as the one before him did, and as the one after will do. An Arbiter by the name of Thel Vadamee was the first one to ever question the faith of the Prophets and called a great journey a lie. The Prophets declared him a heretic and dispatched a platoon of Singeli to eliminate him. In a desperate attempt to stop him, the Covenant killed Thel's wife. Thel responded with an insurmountable rage by single-handedly slaying an entire Covenant army before falling by the sword himself. From there on, the rank of Arbiter was now a symbol, being without honor, only to be regained through suicidal devotion to the Covenant. Hundreds of years later, one of the most deadly Arbiters were selected, Ripa Moramee, the Arbiter we see in Halo Wars. He was a bad dude. He was a heretic elite who struck out on his people before being stopped by his own leader and was sentenced to death. Before his punishment came, however, the Prophet of Regret sought him out and pardoned him to be the Arbiter. Ripa showed an obvious disregard for honor and arrogantly underestimated his foes. He is also extremely tall and muscular compared to most Singeli or even most Arbiters for that matter. He carried out his mission to eradicate humanity with fervent zeal and efficiency. Moramee asked very few questions when it came to the Prophets. He was a submitter. He did whatever they asked. The Prophet of Regret said, "Do you enjoy the slaughter?" And Ripa replies, "I feel the joy of doing what I was born to do. I have no regrets, save that I will not die fighting." This Arbiter also showed a particular fondness for grabbing humans by the neck, as seen several times in his dominant interactions with humans on Harvest. At one point, he drags Dr. Anders by the throat despite explicit orders to capture her unharmed, probably taking pleasure in demonstrating his physical superiority over humanity. "Like the rest," he says, "of your race, weak and undisciplined." He was finally defeated in battle while gloating by what would have otherwise been an easy victory by none other than Sergeant John Forge, although minutes later, Sergeant Forge would meet the same fate as his great advisory. 20 years later, an elite supreme commander was on trial for failing to do his job being to safeguard the newly discovered Halo ring. However, the Master Chief destroyed this Halo installation, causing this elite to be branded with the mark of shame. Normally, this highly decorated elite would have been executed on the spot, but instead, he was chosen to be the Arbiter, and his name was Thel Vadam. Thel's first task was to eliminate a faction of rebel elites on a threshold gas mine that have learned of the Prophet's deceit through 343 Guilty Spark. Upon arriving at the gas mine, the rebels explained to Thel what lies the Prophet has been feeding him and the other parts of the Covenant. After learning the truth about the Prophets and the true purpose of Halo, Thel tried to convince the mighty brute Tartarus, the right hand of the Prophets, of their betrayal. Tartarus, blinded by his loyalty to the hierarchs, refused to listen and attacked Thel. Thel brought down this brute leader, thus beginning the relationship between elites and humanity. In Halo 3, the Arbiter proposed a deal which culminated with the assassination of the Prophet of Truth, the leader of the Covenant. The last we see of the Arbiter in the Halo games is at the end of Halo 3, when the portal collapsed on the Ford onto Dawn, separating him from the Chief and Cortana. The Arbiter then returns to Earth as Master Chief drifts aimlessly in space for over 4 years. Thel Vadam says, "And what will you call me when you learn the truth of what I have done?" We will learn more about the Arbiter in Halo 2 Anniversary's cutscenes, as the terminals in that game will of course focus on the Arbiter, kind of pitching the tent for Halo 5 Guardians. Anyways guys, if you have any questions, comments, or theories of your own, then be sure to put it down in the comment section below. below, and be sure to like this video up if you've enjoyed, and only if you have, and of course subscribe here on HaloFollower for plenty more of your awesome epic Halo content. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.